Been a while since I've done an update. I haven't really seen an increase in the Aiptasia population. They just gotten bigger. But I've tried everything to fight them, from nudibranchs, lasers, peppermint shrimp, you name it, I've tried it. And there's really not a whole lot. I've tried F-Aiptasia, super glue in a syringe with a needle, and I know I'm not doing it right, because usually the Aiptasia will kick out spawn, and yeah, I might kill one, but then with their spawn, then I've got 50 others that sprout up from that spawn. So the tank is 48 inches by 48 inches by 24 inches tall. And it's a little bit dirty. Tomorrow's water change Wednesday. I do have a healthy population of bubble tip anemone. They just keep splitting on me. Can't get them to stop. So the tank has been up and running since 2020. These are all original fish. So our Nasotang here has been in the tank since 2020. He was wild caught. And then got a little purple tang trying to get some action. A Melanurus wrasse. So I got a Mr. Lucky next to a green slime spongeode, and the Mr. Lucky is growing up and through the spongeode. Not a whole lot I can do to, I mean, I guess I could cut it out, but then I'm taking out a big chunk of the spongeode. But to give you an idea of the size, okay, that's 48 inches across there. Every frag in here started out on a 1/2 inch frag plug. I cleaned off that frag rack and took a whole bunch to a shop in Fort Worth. Again, I know the glass isn't exactly crystal clear. I gotta give it a good wipe down. So this guy is a Pinky the Bear. And he started out, like I said, all of my frags have started out on 1/2 inch frag plugs. He was just a tiny little guy, and got some really nice polyp extension in there and flow. So this is the other colony of bubble tip, rainbow bubble tips. Hollywood Stunner on the back glass. I'm using magnets and PVC pipe to hold that in place. Just like that is a Poto flamethrower, and I just used some waterproof magnets, glued it to a piece of PVC pipe, and dropped another magnet in the overflow box, and there you go. So So I am dosing BRS magnesium, ESV 2-part, calcium and alkalinity, and then that's my auto top off reservoir. I know the wire's a nightmare. So that's the controls panel. I got 2 return pumps, returning plus minus 600 gallons an hour, so for a total of 1,200 gallons going from the tank to the sump, back to the tank. Got a little bit of I got the middle chamber. It's filled up with Cato, however you pronounce it. I'm running 2 canisters of carbon and GFO. Protein skimmer. I got 3 100 micron socks in the front chamber. And a big old UV sterilizer. I think I'm moving 400, 500 gallons an hour through the UV. And then I have 2 gyres. One side ramps up and the other side ramps down, and it just alternates back and forth. So I get a back and forth flow through the tank. And the torch coral seems to be pretty happy with it. But about a month and a half ago, I added 2 Reef Breeder LED strips, or actually the Photon V2s. So I got a total of 4 Photon V2s. And then I got 8 T5 bulbs, and I had been alternating ATI, True Blue, and Actinic, and I'm finding the Actinics are almost impossible to get a hold of. So currently I'm just running 8 ATI True Blue bulbs. So I don't know if you can see the flow through there. It's a pretty good flow. Like I said, I got roughly 1,200 gallons going from top to bottom and then back up to the top. Now I've got a air stone located on the bottom side of each of the gyres, and for 5 minutes, every hour for 5 minutes, it blows micro bubbles into the gyre, and then the gyre breaks them up even smaller and pushes it through the tank, and that helps clean off the old mucus membrane. Man, this this Mr. Lucky, he's freaking huge. You can see where I've broken off pieces and cut pieces, and got a neat little tunnel through there. My hippo tank pretty much stays under there except for feeding time. Ever since I added the new, they're not really new, but ever since I added the Reef Breeder Photon V2s, I've gotten a lot more coral growth. You can see the new tips growing up there, and you can see how it's encrusting the back wall. Happy little hammer coral. I'm surprised that the anemone and Pinky the bear aren't really doing battle as much. really not seen a whole lot of die-off on the Pinky the Bear. It seems to be doing well. But again, there's some really good polyp extension and flow on the Pinky the Bear. I don't know if it's a intermediate or if it's a hard coral or so this coral is, when I bought it, it was listed as a reverse Superman. And that's supposed to be a Fruity Pebbles. And that acro is a Voodoo Magic. Got a Duncan down there. But I've been experimenting with getting corals to grow on Fragrax and on the glass itself. At one point, this whole back wall was covered by that coral, but because the coral couldn't really get a good foothold on the glass, it would just, chunks of it would just fall off. So that's the tank. Sounds like dinner's ready.